Your patent sucks because your dependent claims are invalid. My name is Steve Hansen. I've been a practicing patent attorney for over 25 years. Not only do I write patents, but I tear apart other people's patents in litigation. If you like this content, please like, follow, and share. I will explain this principle with a story. I received a phone call from someone who had a newly issued patent hot off the presses and was looking for someone to enforce it. This person went to great lengths to convince me that the many limitations in their sole independent claim were not required by the second claim, which depended from it because of the way the claims were written. And he was absolutely convinced of this, and he was absolutely wrong. The patent statute clearly requires that a dependent claim limit the claim it depends from. If it doesn't limit the claim it depends from, the dependent claim can be invalidated, and it doesn't happen a lot, but there have been Federal Circuit cases where they have upheld the invalidation of a dependent claim for failing to further limit the claim from which it depends. Now, sometimes this whole principle gets kind of tricky. So it's easier to say, it's easy most of the time, but sometimes it's not. So this claim that was at issue was a computer implemented invention where the computer was capable of doing certain things. So it had to be able to operate certain ways. So think of it as A, B, C, D. The computer is configured to operate in mode A, mode B, mode C, mode D. All right, so then the dependent claim says wherein the computer is configured to run in operate in mode B, and then had some detail about that. So this person insisted that A, C, and D, which were limitations of Claim 1, were not required because it was only required in Claim 2 to operate in Mode B. It does not work like that. If it has to be capable of doing A, B, C, and D in Claim 1, and Claim 2 says that it mentions B, then it's got to do what it says about B, but it still has to have the capability of doing A, C, and D. You cannot write out the limitations of a claim from which a dependent claim depends, okay? So you can't have a dependent claim that broadens in any aspect the independent claim that it's based on. And, if you're not careful and you make an argument like that, not only do you run the risk of losing your dependent claim, but you may make a mistake and make an admission that can be used to show that the independent claim is invalid for indefiniteness. So like I said, this isn't something that comes up a lot, but it is important. I had another situation come up recently where someone was looking to assert a patent and the same problem came up because of the way they wrote the claim. So it does happen, but a dependent claim must further limit the independent claim or it can be invalidated. I hope that helps to keep you out of trouble, and I hope to see you here soon.